The WesAudio Mimas hit the scene in 2016 with great reviews from Sound on Sound, Produce Like a Pro, and Mixbus TV. With a growing number of users, WesAudio keeps updating and expanding the features of this great 1176 inspired FET compressor. I'm Chad Lorridge, Product Manager at Musicmax Distribution. In this video, we're going to reintroduce the Mimas compressor, show you the recently updated plugin GUI, and most importantly, play some audio through it. Let's dive in. If you're new to the WesAudio Mimas, here's a quick recap. The Mimas is a FET compressor inspired by the classic 1176 compressor. It has all the features you've grown to love with lightning-fast attack and release times, Carnhill input and output transformers for that classic analog sound, and of course, the all buttons in mode. But WesAudio didn't stop there. They also added a sidechain EQ filter to control low-end input, a special bypass mode that lets you use the compressor just for saturation, and of course, WesAudio's cutting-edge digital control of the analog interface. And they packed that all into the 500 series module. Absolutely incredible. Let's move over to Pro Tools and I can show you a couple examples. As I mentioned, WesAudio has been hard at work keeping the Mimas updated. Most recently, they updated the plugin GUI that lets you control the analog hardware. Another quick recap, with a simple USB cable connection, we get full bidirectional control of all the buttons and knobs on the Mimas. A quick download from the WesAudio website will get you a new firmware update and this beautiful new software GUI. I have the Mimas inserted on a vocal track in this tune by Andy Shaw called Feel Like I Did. Let's have a quick listen and then take a look at the plugin interface.
And let me find a reason not to leave tonight. Don't leave me with the worst of you. Give me something I can hold on to. And tell me that you need me here in all.
Yeah, very cool. The Mimas has all of the features that we would expect from the 1176. The input control, of course, remember we have a set threshold. As we push that input up, we're going to get more gain reduction, your output control, and then the attack and release. And just like the original 1176, as we have the attack all the way down, that's the slowest attack, all the way up is the fastest attack, and same for the release setting. So let's have a listen to this vocal a little bit more critically here. We'll take a look at
let me find a reason not
particular
to
section.
leave
Yeah,
tonight.
this first line you can see is really dynamic by the waveform. It's gonna be perfect for the Mimas, that 1176 sound of getting that vocal right up and in front of the mix.
And let me find a reason not to leave tonight.
Go ahead and try with bypass
Let
here.
me find a reason not to leave tonight.
Yeah, so pretty dynamic.
And let me find a reason not to leave tonight.
Yeah, and just like we would expect, the Mimas really helps to control the levels. I have the attack pretty slow with kind of a medium fast release, and even with that slow attack, it really helps to control that signal.
And let me find a reason not to
Let's listen in
leave.
context again here real quick.
And let me find a reason not to leave tonight. Don't leave me with the worst.
So again, the plugin GUI just gives us control of all of this analog hardware, and I'm doing that all over USB. I can hit save, I can create presets. If I shut down this Pro Tools session and reopen it, all of my settings are going to load up in the plugin and then send it over to the analog hardware. So some of the other cool features, and this is kind of new with this particular update to the plugin GUI, is over on the right-hand side. First of all, we get a new look to it. We have that classic, black metal look, very similar to the 1176. WesAudio has included a sidechain filter on their Mimas since day one. This is something you don't necessarily get in the original 1176. So we have off, 60, 90, and 150 hertz high-pass filter in order to control the amount of input from the bass response on the compressor.
And let me find
This will be really good on drum mixes, on vocals, on other instruments where you might have a lot of low-end energy and you don't want your compression to pump. Of course, we have the ratio settings of 4:1, 8:1, 12:1, and 20:1, and without a doubt, the all buttons in mode. If we hold the shift key, you can actually adjust multiple scenarios of ratio to get different compression characteristics, just like the classic. It's great. Let's move on to a unique feature of this plugin, and that's the different modes of operation. Of course, we've been using this in just regular compression mode, but we also have saturation mode and the comp off feature. Back on the original 1176, you could turn the compression off by setting the attack all the way to the off setting. That would allow you to run audio through the compressor just for tonal shaping and maybe even some saturation if you push audio enough through the transformers in the original 1176. That same inspiration comes into the Mimas with these two modes. Let's take a look at the saturation. I think this will be perfect on our bass track. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass the plugin on our vocal here for a little bit. We'll mute the background vocals and we'll just focus in on this bass track. Now the original bass is pretty murky, pretty low sound, not cutting through the mix very well. So I've duplicated the track and added a little bit more upper mid register to the bass effects, and right away you can hear the Mimas working in the drive mode. So bypassed, very clean tone, but we add that saturation. The saturation here is raising the input while simultaneously decreasing the output to help you maintain gain staging. Of course, the overall RMS might increase, so they give you a trim knob to compensate for that. Let's turn it down here. Again, this is analog saturation, so a really nice musical, even harmonic saturation. Listen in context. Start over at the chorus. Without it, the bass nearly disappears in the mix. So this could be useful in a lot of scenarios for just a little extra tone shaping and saturation. WesAudio also gives us the comp off mode, which is really very similar to the saturation mode. If I switch over here, you'll see you just have input and output. And this is a little bit more inspired by the original classic 1176, where you can push the input and then have separate control of the output. So again, in saturation mode, the drive controls the gain staging of both. And in comp off, you have separate control of both of those functions. So no compression going on. It's just moving audio through those transformers for color and tone. Perfect, exactly what we're looking for. This is such a cool update. It's a quick download, so jump over to the WesAudio website to get it rolling. The Mimas is a really powerful analog compressor with inspiration from a classic. It'll find a home on a lot of your tracks, I just know it. If you have any questions about the Mimas or any of the other great products from WesAudio, be sure to contact your WesAudio dealer. And if you want to hear more audio, hang out at the end of this video for some more samples. For now, take care and thanks for watching.
And let me find a reason not to leave tonight. Don't leave me with the worst of you. Give me something I can hold on to. And tell me that you need me here and I'll hold you tight. Don't tell me that I'm wrong for you. This loving never felt so right to do. Oh, 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 oh. And let me find a reason not to leave tonight. Don't leave me with the worst of you. Give me something I can hold on to. And tell me that you need me here and I'll hold you tight. Don't tell me that I'm wrong for you. This loving never felt so right to do.